What is up, YouTube fam? Robbie C here, and we are back with our next installment of the On the Ground series. We're diving into the back five of the front nine of the practice round from last week, if you had the chance to check it out, because we got a pig tattoo on the line. But before we dive in, I want to go ahead and ask a very important question. How are you doing today, Bob? Are you having a good one?
So catch me if I fall.
For those of you who are catching this as the first installment of this episode of On the Ground, we have two wonderful individuals who have volunteered themselves to be coached through tournament prep leading up to the Alabama State Games event happening in June. Now, one of them is playing in intermediate and one of them is playing in novice, so that's MA2 and MA4, and if either of them qualify for the State Games of America happening in San Diego, California in 2024, then they both have to get a pig tattoo. And, you know, I think that would be pretty epic to have an influence like that. So we're doing our best to try to coach them up and get them prepped for it. So we want to go ahead and just dive straight into the action and show you what prep looked like on the back five holes of the front nine. It's 410 feet to the short pin here. But since we're saying we're not going to reach that, we're setting a placement shot up.
I was just kind of aiming right at the garbage can, trying to stay to the right of that tree, way down there.
The key is on the longer holes, you don't have to, okay? Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's phenomenal for the left, yeah.
I was trying to get to the left of the tree.
So what was that? What was that
I was
disc?
aiming more at the garbage can than I was trying to get to the tree straight ahead, maybe fading left. That was a sapphire.
Now you got that Thunderbird, you got the Vulture. Why not? Let's try the Vulture. Okay, that may be too far left. Yeah. Okay.
Just straight up.
It was straight up, and you went more overstable, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think perhaps if we're trying to get to the left side,
Uh-huh.
I like the Vulture aimed at the trash can.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah.
And the nice thing is you can like give yourself the mental forgiveness, because even if you yank it to the right, the overstability is still going to fight it back to the middle. So I like the sapphire for the right side. If you're trying to throw the sapphire to get left, that's a tough ask. Yeah. And you bombed that Corvette. We need to keep finding opportunities to throw that Corvette.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vulture is on the ground there. Andrew, you can see we've got that tree in our way. Obviously, big tree in our way up there. So, what are you thinking here?
Obviously a mid-range. I need to get back left. So I was thinking probably that rock and throw it right about at that tree. It should go straight and kind of fade back.
The Rock X3?
Yes.
Okay.
Or throw in the Mustang.
I'm completely fine with the overstability at that tree. It's great. Yeah, so you said obviously a mid-range. I'd love to see you throw a fairway here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Way better. Distance-wise, closer.
Yeah. So T-Bird, a little bit of hyzer.
Maybe go back to the right a little bit more.
Yeah.
That way it comes in and fades more to it rather than to the left of it.
Yeah, mental note. Now, Micah, do you throw forehands?
My forehands are about 50-50.
Okay.
And I think it has something to do with my run-up. I'm either, slicing it that way, but I can definitely try it.
Well, I'm not saying the forehand's the shot here. I'm just asking for
okay.
shot selection in the future. What are you thinking here?
Thinking that warrant probably, or like a leopard 3.
Okay, further than you thought?
No, just bad shot.
So you just threw a leopard. Do you have like a T-bird or something like that?
Yeah.
Let's try a T-bird on hyzer
At that.
on the right side of the tree.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to see. Okay. So you're seeing it's further than y'all are giving it credit for.
Yeah, definitely.
So rather than softening the shot from here, we can give it a little more juice, and that's okay. Yeah, so it's also important to note when y'all were lining up your shots, how close did you think that this tree was to the basket?
A lot closer than what it is.
Yeah, it's probably 80 to 90 feet away from the basket.
I figured it was.
So that gives you it's another important reference point of like, I can't throw to this tree.
Right.
I gotta throw it well past. 2 putts on every hole. Three pin locations here. You've got the B position is where they're at right now. Straight ahead, 352, gold basket. Off to the right is the 286 A position. And then up the hill to the left is the C position at 310. This is one, honestly, we're gonna throw to B and A because they're kind of different shots. Straight is key here. And you can get straight a multitude of ways. You can get straight on a flex. You can get straight on a hyzer flip. The fairway is pretty open to accomplish your straight shot however you choose. That's pretty great. That will have decision to be made when you get to the green. Now that is on its way to C.
Not what I wanted.
So I would ask the question here, Andrew,
Talk to me.
are you trying to reach the basket?
I'm just trying to get up there to where it needs to be.
Okay, so what'd you throw there?
Sapphire.
Okay. So I would go like, do you have like a leopard or something like that? A little slower? Okay. Do you ever throw the Maverick or do you not like the Maverick? Have I seen the Maverick?
Not a whole lot. I don't trust it a lot.
Okay.
Sometimes it'll turn over on me and I just don't.
Okay. What about the
Give it a
Mustang?
The Mustang, okay?
This is one of those that for especially MA4, we want to break it down to where like, you're not going to try to reach it.
Yeah, no, I know I can't reach it, but I'm trying to get enough to where we can get
A better upshot?
a better upshot.
Yeah, so I want to see how much we can bite off with just the Mustang
Okay.
as a
Okay.
comfort shot.
Going up. Try one more.
Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, so can I ask a question?
Yes.
Is that tree on the right side right there, is that in your head?
This one right here or the one further down?
The one immediately off to the right.
No.
Okay. The one further down is?
The one further down is.
Okay. And I want you to throw your terses just like you've thrown all the other ones. Okay. So we found our shot for A. That's pretty great. And honestly, if you're at A, we can get to the other ones.
Okay.
So it may be a tersis. The big thing I'm finding is that if there's something on the right side,
I don't like.
you change your throw.
Okay.
Like it's not even a disc selection thing. You literally throw different. So we got to figure out either A, how to get that mentally out of your head, or B, adjust your swing for that.
I mean, I just like to get it out, however that works.
Yeah. That's not bad. Just like your shot on A, you're going to have a decision to make on that green.
Okay.
We're going to approach to long. Okay, so try, honestly, go high. Trust yourself to throw it a little higher. Okay. What do you have that's more overstable?
I mean, I got a Justice, I got that rock, I got pretty much the agents on a hyzer. That's about all I got.
Let's try the agents on a hyzer. Give a little bit of bend at the waist throwing this shot.
Oh. 1 second. Do that here.
That's great. I like that, or worst case scenario, the forehand up and around. Like, that's not bad at all. That's pretty nice. We like that shot for that basket. I was gonna say, so I like the if you're gonna practice it, practice one layup and practice one run. So whatever that was. There you go. I think a lot of times people are like, oh, in a tournament, I'll just lay this up. But they never actually practice the layup.
Yeah.
Nice. Come on. Bang, bang. 343 to the gold, or to the silver. I guess maybe they're both gold. I don't know. I can't tell. But 343, that one that's straight, and then 336 to the one that's off to the left. Big thing here is just trying to make sure that, like, you're on whatever side of those trees that you want to be on off the tee. Yeah, because they create extremely low ceiling shots that gobble up discs, because most of the time, if you're short on the hill, you're going to have to be throwing uphill to get to the basket. And when you throw uphill, you're going to throw higher, which is going to cause you to throw it up into those branches, which will eat your shot. Positives, we've been working on throwing it down all day, and you did throw it down. So
down.
that's a rip. Now, honestly, from there, because you're at the top of the hill, it's not going to be that bad. That's great. Yeah, that's also really good. Come on. Okay, getting those up shots dialed in. Great. Yeah. Bang, bang. Yeah, I would say,
Not do that.
I would say if people make a mistake on this one, it's opening up and getting a little too loose because there's minimal OB.
Yeah.
And it's firing off and making that next shot really touchy. Yeah, that's real nice. Sapphire?
Yes.
That's the thing with George Ward, like, especially the front nine, is that it's a lot of, I'm either like, there's a lot of questionable, like, am I running this putt? Am I laying it up?
Right.
And, like, scoring separation is pretty small on the front. So this one is troublesome. Troublesome because we got uphill, a little bit tight off the like tee in terms of ceiling and just left to right. And then you can see on the left side of that fairway, the overgrowth that looks like a bunch of bushes is actually a wall that's covered up by like vines and stuff. Over the wall is OB. Parking lot is OB. This one, it's kind of just a game of like, we just want to eat as much of this hill as we can. It doesn't really matter where we are if we can just throw it up the hill as far as possible. Traditionally, when throwing up a hill, understable is your friend. Overstable is going to get to the ground faster anyways, and going uphill, the ground comes into play faster. To the short pin, it is 263, plays closer to 300. The far pin, or the middle pin, is 323, probably plays closer to 370. Steep elevation. It does not appear so on camera. We are not doing justice to this hole. There you go. Okay. Now that, I could have told you was going to happen. Do you know why?
Because I was pointed that way?
No.
No? Okay.
Because there's a tree on the right side.
Okay. All right.
I want you to tighten your grip.
Okay.
Don't like grip it to death, but I want you to tighten your grip. When there's something on the right side, and let's see what happens if you just tighten your grip. A little bit tight. Better. Better. Yep, first forehand, here we go. So I want you to tighten your grip, understable, and I want you to throw left to right on the box. Perfect. Okay, what I wanted you to see is that you can actually hit the right side.
Okay.
Like it's possible.
Yep. Yeah.
But your body has to literally do everything it possibly can actively to try to get to the right side. Your hand is, when you're trying to go to the right side, you're letting go early because subconsciously you're like, please don't let it get right. So it's coming out of your hand. So not only are you losing accuracy, but you're losing power and distance because you're letting go of the disc early. And that's why it's all slipping out left and not getting anywhere near as far. So I want you, we don't necessarily need to, on these holes, run directly right, but we're gonna focus on moving left to right on the box and tightening our grip, because tightening our grip is gonna make it so that it's harder for you to subconsciously let it slip.
Okay.
And then moving to the right, like right at your target, is gonna make it so that your body's natural fear that subconsciously we're just gonna have to overcome with reps, you're gonna counteract it with your movement as well.
Okay.
Going with the tersus. Okay. So closer than we thought. That's fine.
Pepper on it.
Little pepper.
A little pepper.
I like that one better. I would try, can you try one more?
Yeah.
Try, let's say, one of your baseline agents. Yeah. I'd say that's pretty nice. Tough because we are definitely, like, I am downhill from the basket, so this is very death putt-esque for them to be running these putts. Scary green. Overall thoughts on the course?
I think it plays longer than you think. The uphill.
The elevation changes.
The
Something
elevation changes.
got to work on a little bit. Beautiful course though, as far as layout. Really just got to work on things.
A lot of sneaky OBs with the cart path that you can't always see from the tee box, but you definitely have to take into consideration. So I think our second time around on this course, we may have a little bit better idea of where we can throw to, and disking up is in our future.
Highly preferred.
Yeah.
Any holes in particular that jump out that you're like, wow, kind of love that hole, like highlight holes for you?
One.
I don't know the holes well enough yet. The one that we threw over the water
13.
in the long position.
Yeah.
No.
went
Yeah,
left.
13.
Yeah,
I
that
really
was fun.
enjoyed that.
That was nice. 13 was fun. 12 was fun just for the elevation change.
I like
thing down.
18.
Yeah.
18's a cool finisher, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Any holes that you can think of that you're like, oof, that one's going to be daunting?
5.
5, yeah.
Just got to keep in mind, it's a lot longer than what I think.
Yeah.
15, definitely gonna have to work on that, as well as 16, depending on the pin position.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of it depends on pin
Pin
position.
position, for sure, for sure. We got a couple weeks until the flex start. So here's your homework
All right.
for both of you.
Okay.
First off, flat shots.
Yeah.
A lot of we're jacking them straight up to the sky. So we want to
Yep.
throw a lot more flat shots. I would say for Micah, I would love to see a little more, trust on turning over some distance drivers.
Okay.
I want to see you work on flexing some stuff out. And that can be forcing understable stuff over. And then for Andrew, I want to see those upshots, like a little more focus on those touch upshots, because we're going to have a lot of them that we're planning on. And I can tell there's like a lot of nerves surrounding those. So those are our 2 focus points, but we'll definitely, hopefully, play a practice before we jump into the tournament. So maybe we'll film back 9 for that. We'll see. All right. So you've got their thoughts on the course. You have the homework that I gave them in order to prep. And actually, at the time of recording this, on Saturday, they're going to be playing the flex start for this event. So hopefully we'll have that footage up to you soon, but getting them prepped and practiced before we head off to the actual state games tournament happening, like I said, in June. I think there's definitely potential here. And a course like George Ward is one where mitigating your damage, that's helpful at every single course, but especially George Ward. There are long enough holes that in MA4 and even MA2, not a lot of players are going to be reaching every single one of these holes. Therefore, it is so important to just focus on embracing your pars, taking the birdies when they come, and accepting that style of golf is going to create great score results rather than playing the pedal to the metal sort of pro tour style play where you're just trying to get birdie after birdie after birdie. So I'm very curious. What do you guys think so far of our 2 competitors? Do you think they're getting new ink anytime soon? Would love to see this comment section turn into an encouraging place for them, because once again, that's kind of everything we're building here on the Robbie C channel. In the meantime, I want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a fantastic day and that you can make it fantastic for someone else too. But for now, we're going to leave you with the birdie.